Jake Paul just keeps slamming those Bradberries, and I tell you what, I don't want to keep talking about the guy. And that's why we're all in this gear. I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. Monkey hear, monkey see, monkey do, right? But the guy just keeps coming so hard with so much great stuff. It's impossible not to talk about it. And you guys are going to want to hear about this one specifically. He's essentially gone from ruining YouTube to ruining all of music. And now he's ruining all of Los Angeles. He's ruined an entire city. That's 5 million people, you guys. This is not a joking matter. We need to start giving out these cringe mat suits on the streets of Los Angeles to contain this toxic spread. So Jake Paul is a member of the organization Team 10, which is essentially a fuckboy incubator. They come into the house as normal everyday teens, and they come out of the house as everyday bros. Logan Paul for life.
I'm choking.
So the Paul brothers have this insatiable thirst for attention and fame and the sounds of screaming little girls. Something that I would only imagine in my nightmares. Thousands of little 12-year-old girls screaming my name. Jake, on the other hand, has taken it to a new level. Most YouTubers hide their home address. They says, I prefer fans not come to my house. It's a breach of privacy. Jake sets up his house as a location, a business on Google Maps. If you Google Team 10 house, it shows up as a business. It has 4.7 stars out of 5 and 1,300 Google reviews. So what happened? What sent Jake Paul back to the meme chamber and we had to put on these hazmat suits to handle the cringe? Well, there was an article today on KTLA, a local LA news station, that ran this piece about Jake Paul. Let's have a watch.
His address no secret, and that piece of information draws an endless stream of fans, mostly young girls, the day we visited, and their parents, to the property.
Do you feel like if you're, I mean, I speak for myself, but if I was being approached by just kids on the street, I would feel like I was doing something wrong.
I would definitely be freaked out.
It's a little freaky, and you know these little girls want to touch his ding-dong, and he loves that.
Like, what's up with the parents?
That's what I always wonder.
The parents think it's cool?
Well, clearly if their kids are watching Jake Paul, they've already failed as parents. He's just being such an asshole about it.
Yeah, and the fact that he's young is not a serious excuse because he's not that young.
He's not that young.
He's 20 years old. He should know better.
He should have learned some common decency by now. But it's like the fact that he's just like, oh, my neighbors are angry because they can't sleep and can't live a normal life anymore. Oh, fuck those haters. Dab on the haters. Listen, I feel for them, but there's literally nothing I can do. He's got like a can of gasoline in one hand, like going over a pool of explosives. Listen, there's literally nothing I can do because the Jake Paulers are the hardest dabbers out there. He's such a troll. That's what I love about Jake. He's a hardcore troll. You know, he's ruining the city. They're trying to get a response from this kid. And
maybe he's ruining the city, but how many followers does the city have?
My friends, it is time to daddy the flip up on Jake Paul because he is completely unhinged and out of control. He's getting so reckless. I'm concerned that his lack of responsibility and accountability is going to get someone seriously hurt, including one of my best friends, Post Malone. But you have no sense. You can't control yourself, Jake. You want to monetize every single moment in your life. Your real life and your vlog is so blurred at this point, I don't even think you know who you are anymore. I don't think you have any control. Where is Daddy? I'm here, Jake. Daddy's here to say, this is a no-no. I'm rating this no-no, Jake. Listen to this. Obviously, your parents have completely failed. Even your investors who own Team 10 and the house you're living in have completely lost control of this train. So let me do everybody a favor and say, no, Jake. But here, this is when it gets even crazier. This is nuts, Jake. You got to apologize and you got to remove this video or Daddy's going to spank you because you need a daddy. Your parents have failed. Your investors have failed. Your brother have failed. It's time for you to step up and take some responsibility in your life and stop being such a little shit. And that's it. And so ends the legend of Jake Paul.
Sup, you beautiful bastards? Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Welcome back to the DeFranco Show, and let's just jump into it. And the first thing we're going to talk about today, the most requested story of the day today, a YouTuber who will not get out of the news, Jake Paul. The first being is, if Jake Paul got Post Malone's address from Fanjoy, I will never ever purchase anything from your site, even though I want that David Dobrik clickbait shirt. That would be disgusting and looks like a huge invasion of privacy. And the last thing I want to note on is Jake Paul as a person. I've seen a lot of the comments saying, Phil, why are you taking it's so easy on Jake Paul? And the reason for that is, while I won't hold back talking about a story, I don't go out of my way to try and ruin people's careers or trash them. There's part of me that's wanted to go soft on him because I've been a young, successful, not to this level YouTuber. I've let it get to my head once again, not to this level. I want to say he's just a young guy making a shit ton of money, no one's checking his ego, but the more I actually look at everything that is Jake Paul, the more I realize he's just a fucking douchebag. And he carries the blame for his actions, but also there is blame to be spread around. This is a fantastic showcase, and it is not rare, this is a common occurrence. A fantastic showcase of no one in your life holding you accountable because everyone has something to gain from you. People trying to come in and make a career for themselves by leeching off friends, family, everyone. And I've seen Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, defending him in a video saying, my brother represents everything about my brand, merch plug. He's a maverick, and I have to say, Logan, if this was anyone but your brother or a friend, you would realize this person is a fucking douchebag. And I say that while acknowledging that all of that same douchebaggery has led to both of you becoming multi-millionaires. But money doesn't change facts, and I think that's a note I want to end on here. Talking about this today because anytime a YouTuber makes mainstream news, they are seen as a representative for all of us, and I'm a little bit torn. There's part of me that sees Jake Paul and the guys like him that are coming up, and I go, oh, Jesus. Young, arrogant, rich guys with unchecked egos. But then there's the other side of my brain that says, as of right now, there's no reason for them to do anything different. The reason he says, neighbors, you won't do it, is because even if they do, what's it gonna do? It's just going to give him more content. Maybe he goes to and films the meeting. Maybe he has to film going to court. They maybe film getting kicked out of their house. Then they get a new house and they do a house tour. In the past 30 days, his channel, not even including the other channels that he's helping grow, just his main channel got 500 million views. That means even if he had just a $2 CPM, he is making minimum $1 million a month. And if he's rocking at least those $10 CPM some of the more brand-friendly channels get, he's getting maybe $5 million a month. Obviously, that's a huge range, that's speculation. It could be less, it could be more. But what we've seen from the past few months is that there's no such thing as bad press for him. Whether intentional or accidental, this is a perfect example of outrage marketing. When people talk about what he's doing being dangerous, stupid, arrogant, blah, 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 it just results in more people hearing about it, and even if only 1 out of every 10 people that find out about it this way subscribe, that's an increase. And I say this while being fully aware that by even covering this story on my show, I help feed the beast, but I don't have a grudge against Jake Paul. His success doesn't take away from mine. He is not representative of the greater of YouTube, and if you think he is, you don't understand the community. That said, I would hate to live in his neighborhood because I imagine having an asshole factory in your neighborhood lowers property value. But ultimately for me, when I look at Jake Paul, I just see a fantastic test case for outrage marketing. And on YouTube, the only people that have done it remotely as well were the fake pranksters. But a question I want to pass off to you is, what do you think here? You love him, you hate him, you care, you don't care? I want to know what you think.
Hey guys, it's me again. So it seems to be an ongoing trend where if you make fun of Jake Paul, you get a lot of views. So I guess that's what we're doing today. So I got my laptop over here. Let me just scoot over a little bit, put the video right there, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, off the bat, you're telling me this Erica girl is what you're replacing Alissa with, right? So you're telling me this is the definition of a downgrade. This girl doesn't even have a top lip. Dude, I started the song for 10 seconds. He just literally said, used to call you mama, now I call you wifey. So is he dating his mama? Like, what? Alright, so he's probably not dating his own mom. He's probably just calling his significant other mama, which is really weird. I mean, I wouldn't do that anyways. I'm gonna just keep playing it. What? Whatever we kiss, that shit's so spicy. You need to tell Erica to brush her teeth or something. She probably has some leftover food. I mean, it shouldn't be spicy. That's not normal. What? What? Okay. All their fans and viewers are like little kids. Why are they just making out, you know, being all touchy-touchy? I don't know. Like, you got kids watching. Also, he said, Quavo, you should take the mask off, which doesn't make any sense. Quavo is a rapper from Migos. He made the song, you know, Bad and Bougie, all that. Mask Off is a song made from Future, you know, Molly Percocets. So that line didn't even make any sense. Like, I was trying to tell you guys, man, he really doesn't have any bars or flow like a lake dude. Guys, tell me why in Erica's like Instagram pictures, you know, she has like a really nice curved bottom, but in this picture, I mean, this angle isn't the best shot. I mean, what is that? What? He just said, let's make some babies, don't be shy, implying let's have the SEX word, you know what I'm saying? And then you go down a bit, and he literally said, go look at the lyrics. He said, if you were a guy, I would die. Alright, so I guess he's basically saying like they've never done it before. So he's like, yo, don't be shy, let's make some babies. But if she's a guy, he's gonna have to die because he can't live with himself. I don't get it, I don't know. Oh, yo, what's up, guys? How is everybody doing? If you guys know I have a pretty good music background, you know, dropped a few songs. I feel like I can tell good music from bad music. So Jake Paul, YouTuber, pretty big, just dropped a brand new song. Everyone's talking about it. I haven't heard it yet, so I feel like we should react to it together. Yo, he just said 5 mil in 6 months, never done before. Like, that's true. I did 5 mil in 10 months. Like, he just passed me in subscribers, too. He's kind of flexing on me a little bit. Okay, okay. Oh, this dude just said, pass all the competition, PewDiePie is next, cashing out these checks, and he showed his roll. Like, he's flexing, like, damn, he's living larger now, got the Lambo. It's pretty dope. It's a good song, okay. Wait, he just said it's Team 10, but he threw up an 11, right?
That was an 11?
It's Team 10, bitch. Is this an 11? Why did he do that?
Wait.
He's confusing me. Wait, hey, yo. What's up? Wait, bro, come here. He just said it's Team 10, but he, wait, like, what number is that?
It's an 11.
It's an 11, right? Like,
yo!
Am I tripping?
That's an 11.
Whoa, yo, guys, what number is this?
An 11.
Dude, he just said it's Team 10, but he threw up an 11. Like, I'm tripped out. Like,
no, that's an 11.
For sure.
Hey, thanks, bro.
Thanks.
I appreciate it, man.
Thanks,
yo,
guys.
stay up, dog. Later. What fucking dickhead?
Not JP! Not JP! How bad is it? What did he say? No! Ah! Oh, this makes me so angry! I'm still sick. Calm down, Felix. Oh, that son of a bitch. I bet he's the one that poisoned me. Oh, I bet it was JP all along, that sleek son of a bitch. First of all, who the fuck is JP? Who the fuck is Jake Paul? I don't know. He has fun. Okay? He eats food. He's Dirk from Disney Channel. Okay, so he's a Disney Channel. One of these Disney Channel actors. That's cool. Can't be that bad. He's saying that I'm not his competition because he said he passed all his competition. Which basically puts me... What does that put me, actually? I'm really confused. JP, you're gonna have to reiterate?
Reiterate.
Fuck, I got the shakes again. God damn it. JP, you son of a bitch. How dare you? How dare you use my name in the video? It may sound here like his flow is all off. It may sound completely terrible, but really here what JP is doing is a new form of rapping. It's meant to sound like shit. Damn. Damn, he goes, if JP breaks up with you, he goes hard. And all the recordings too. That is lyrical mind blast. There's meaning behind every syllable. Every line. Every facial expression tells an incredible story. Did he get a tattoo of a dick on his leg? What I love most of all about JP is that besides all his success, he remains humble. JP, I get it. I used to be cancer as well. Extremely cancerous, and I used to have a really young fan base as well, and I think when you had a young fan base, they really look at you differently. They don't criticize you if you make mistakes, and they're very forgiving, which is a really nice thing, but it kind of gets you blindsided for when you make faults. Speaking from experience, it's the first time that I ever received hate on YouTube. I got completely blindsided as well, and my response to that was literally, well, fuck you. I still make more money than you, and you're just bringing me views because you're hating on me. And I kind of see the same response from Jake and the Paul gang from all this. And you know what? If that's what they want to do, that's all fine. But it's very arrogant, and it's very childish. Dab on them haters. Dab on them haters. Dab on them haters. Jake Paul, your brother is trying to kill you. There's something fishy here, okay? Logan Paul tried to kill his brother.
At that point, Jake and I were still kind of like together, like on and off, like whatever. I don't even know how to explain it, honestly. Like, I'm uncomfortable talking about it because like I don't even know what exactly we were. To this day, I still don't know exactly what we were. So then we start collaborating, having so much fun together. sleepovers, the whole 9 yards, like head over heels. I was head over heels for this kid, like legit. I would do anything for him. That's why I signed a contract for 20% of my life for 5 years. Because I believed in him and he believed in me. During the summer, I moved out here. Him and I were kind of, like, we were together, but like we weren't dating, we weren't official, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were like kind of together, whatever. So I would just always see that he's hanging around like all these girls and stuff. It's like, oh, whatever, like I didn't think anything of it, like, and then he always argued that like we weren't together, so I'm not cheating, just like stuff like that. Around November of 2015, I was living in the model apartments. I had to move out of there. Jake was like, why don't you just move in with me? And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be lit, let's do it. And I move in with him, sleeping in the same bed, basically together at this point, but without a title. But then he would always have girls over in front of me, and I was just like, what the frick? So then we're not together. But then he would like play all these mind games with me and just be like, yo, like don't get mad, having a girl over. And he did that like 25,000 times. I would be like in our room, like editing or doing something, and then all of a sudden he'd like walk in and be like, yo, like can you leave please for like 2 hours, like can you go upstairs, or can you just like leave for a little bit? And I was like, why? He's like, oh, like I'm having a girl over, we're gonna hang out in here. Okay, I was heartbroken, like legit heartbroken, but I never showed it because I don't know why. And he would do that all the time. So then as time goes on, just brings more girls over, and then he would be with me, and then he would have a girl over, and then 2 days later he'd be with me, and then we'd be together, and then we'd not be together, and then we'd fight, and I'd be pissed because he'd bring girls over, and he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. And I was like, you can't just be with me one night and then like the next night treat me like shit and bring a girl over. I don't know, just really messed up. But I let that shit happen because I was just like so head over heels. Like I was just like, frick it, why not? Whatever makes him happy. We all move into a house, having so much fun, creating videos all the time, like content nonstop, photo shoots, videos, everything. We're killing it. Like we're still together at this point. Like this whole time we were like together, but we weren't. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so weird. So then we move into the Team 10 house and he creates these rules for everyone. If you're not up by 10 a.m. filming, then like you get fined $50 and like you have to pay $50. Like no alcohol at the house or you get fined $500. No smoking. Every single guest that you had over had to be approved by Jake. Niels would always ask to have friends over. He's like, yeah, that's fine. But the second I asked to have like a guy over, he would be like, no, absolutely not. And I'd be like, why? He'd be like, I just don't want him here. But then he would have girls over like all the time in front of me, and then he would tell me all this stuff. He told me he loved me one night, and then like, a couple days later he flew out this girl from Ohio. They were like hooking up in Ohio, and he flew out this girl and was smashing her for like a week. That was like a few days after he told me he loved me. Are you serious? Like how could you do that to someone? How could you just like, I don't even know. I would be like editing one night, and then all of a sudden like I'd hear the front door open. Jake would come home with like a girl. My stomach would just drop. My heart would just like start beating like so fast. I felt like I was gonna like be sick. I can't even explain to you what was going through my head. There's nothing I could do about it because like it's his house. I'm in a contract with him. I'm basically where I'm at because of him, and like I didn't really have a place to tell him that he was wrong, even though he was really, really wrong. And that happened all the time. Like, I wouldn't even want to go back to the house sometimes at night because I just knew that there was a girl waiting, or there was a girl there with Jake. I couldn't deal with it. All these girls would come over to the house. I would have to look them in the eye, shake their hand, and be like, yo, like, nice to meet you, and play, like, dope girl that knows what's going on and has to be okay with it, but, like, I wasn't okay with it. Like, I had to look these girls in the eyes and, like, know that they were hooking up with Jake. And, like, I was a bitch all the time. Obviously, I, like, didn't even want to talk to him, and I came across as a bitch, obviously. And, like, he knew exactly what he was doing to me. He, like, played all these mind games. He would literally tell me he loved me one day and then tell me he hates my guts the next day. Like, I don't even know. So he flew out this girl from Ohio, right? She walks in the door, I have to like be like, oh hi, yeah, nice to meet you, whatever. I'm like a bitch. I'm like literally a bitch. Like I don't mean to be, but like dude, you're smashing the guy I'm like in love with. And I would be like downstairs in the kitchen, like making breakfast or something. I'd just get back from the gym, I'd be cooking food, and then all of a sudden I'd hear them upstairs like I could hear it. I could literally hear it. Like, do you know what that does to a person that you like love? And then you could just hear them like banging another girl upstairs. And that's happened so many times. Like, it's not, something clicks in your head. Like, you want to kill someone, but you want to cry and you want to get revenge, but you can't. It's like so hard to explain. Like, if you hear it, if you like physically hear this going on, it makes you crazy. It makes you go insane. I was literally insane. Like, I couldn't even think straight. So I would just go upstairs to my bathroom or my bedroom and I would just cry myself to sleep, like night after night. And then I'd wake up the next morning and I'd have to like say goodbye to these girls, or I'd have to like see him. I'd have to see his face day after day and be on camera, be like, hi guys. And then like the second the camera was off, I hated him. I hated him, but I loved him at the same time. And then he would try to make it all better, and like everyone knew it wasn't better, and I knew I was doing it to myself. I should have moved out, but I didn't. Now looking back at this whole situation, I really don't know if I loved him. I don't know how I could love a person that treats someone like that. I don't know if I was in love with him or the idea of him or who I thought he was. I think I was just addicted to the pain of wanting someone so unattainable. I loved getting hurt by him. Like, that's how much I cared about him. And he would hurt me day after day. And then we'd have to be on camera. And it's just not a good situation. It was both of our faults, really. He shouldn't have treated me like shit day after day and then expect everything to be okay. And I shouldn't have stayed. So it's a hand-in-hand situation. I did it to myself, and I know that. But at the same time, you do not treat someone like that. So whatever. My camera's about to die. I finally treated him the way that he was treating me, and he didn't like it. He got pissed and kicked me out. Like the one time I decided to be savage like him, and it ended with me being homeless. And I was so shocked. I was so heartbroken. I never thought that someone could be so malicious and evil to kick me out of the house after I've done everything for them, helped them build an empire, a huge company, making them so much money. I don't understand how they could do that. So that was back in February, and it is now June. I'm still like not over it. I lost all my friends. Like when all that happened, everyone kind of went to Jake's side because they're in contract with him and because of, I don't know why, I really don't. And I lost all of my friends. I had nowhere to live, and Chantal was sweet enough to offer her apartment until I got my own. Over the past 3 months, I've been trying to talk to Jake, but he blocked me, he wouldn't talk to me, he just totally X'd me out. And he had the audacity to tell everyone that I cheated. I have no idea why, we were never together. There's literally a video of him saying that we're not dating, we're not together. But he told everyone that I cheated, so he didn't look like a dick that he kicked me out. I don't know. I just don't understand how someone could do that to someone. I don't. I was so, I promised myself I wouldn't cry, and I don't want to cry. Ugh. I was so head over heels for this kid. I would do anything for him. I just don't understand how someone could fly girls out and treat someone like that. I did everything. I did everything I could to try and make it work. I literally did everything I could. Everyone told me to just leave, and I didn't want to leave. I have no idea why I stayed. I have no idea. No idea.